Hey everyone, ArchTalko here, welcoming you back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the previous episode, we went on a quest to find a part to just kind of help get Fiora back on her feet, and had a very weighted encounter with the chief of the hidden Machina village over there in Junks. Today, we're going to be doing a lot of exploring and a lot of mulling over the path that leads before us, but before so, let's go ahead and catch some Z's and just let everyone think things over.
How are you? Sleep well?
Yes, very well. I wanted to, talk about your son.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes, we agree with you. Egil must be stopped, but we can't act now.
Oh? Why's that?
Before we came here, we heard of plans to form an allied force on Bionis. Any day now, they're going to launch an attack on Mechonis. But it's too dangerous. Egil has made a weapon that could kill us all.
The weapon that Mumkar was using? The one that shoots green fluid?
He said it can decompose any being from Bionis.
We have to go back and warn them, before it's too late.
Well, you could always ask me to do it.
Dixon! What are you doing here? I can't believe you found us.
Why? This place is directly below the fortress. If you fell from up there, I figured you must have ended up here. And Bob's your uncle.
You're looking well, Dixon.
Ah, I see you're looking like your usual old self.
You know each other?
Kinda.
I scratch his back. He scratches mine. He tells us about the outside world, and we give him technology and information.
Why did you keep that to yourself? That information is vital to all who fight Mechonis.
Not all of us Homs are good people. What'd happen if the Mechonis-hating types found this place? These Machina cut themselves off from the world to get away from pointless fighting.
So they escaped to live in peace. Somewhere they wouldn't be seen. Makes sense.
Clever little crown princess, ain't ya?
So this is where you obtained all that stuff you brought back to Colony 9. I wondered where you were getting it from.
I thought it was fine as long as it helped Shulk out at the lab. I guess the secret's out now. So, that weapon. How dangerous are we talking about?
I haven't discovered why, but it disintegrates anything it touches. But only if it's living tissue from Bionis.
Bet that would come in handy.
Dixon!
I'm only joking. Anyway, for now, just don't let any of it touch you. I'll come up with something to counter it. Leave it with me and I'll keep you posted. You lot go and take care of that Egil or whatever his name is. If you take him down, the Allied force might not even be needed.
Okay. Let me think about it for a bit. Fiora.
Ain't made your mind up yet?
Dixon, listen.
Dunban told me all about it. The goal of your mission. So, you wanted to avenge Fiora?
Yes.
But you found her alive. And now you've got her back. So, you're all done now, ain't ya?
What are you fighting for, Dixon?
Me? He just gets right under my skin. That Egil guy.
Because he's trying to exterminate the Homs.
There's that. But that ain't everything. It's his hatred for the Bionis. Or more like his aim to wipe out everything that lives on the Bionis. I'll tell you one thing. That Bionis allied force is coming together quicker than I thought.
Really?
Yep. That high-end-tier prince is really moving things along.
Will they launch an attack on Mechonis?
Of course. But it looks like the prince has got another plan. He gave me a message for you. When the Allied force attacks Mechonis, you don't need to join the fight. He wants you to take advantage of the chaos and do what it is you need to do.
Prince Callian said that.
I was pretty surprised too. He looks like a sissy, but he's got guts.
Yeah. I think that's the type of man he is.
So, what are you gonna do? He wanted me to let him know.
We're going to the Mechonis capital.
You're gonna take down Egil?
I don't know. I can't forgive the Mechon for what they've done. But after listening to Mikon, I think there might be another way.
You're too soft.
Do you really think that?
Too right. He's the self-proclaimed leader of Mechonis. I heard about what he did to the Monado. If you face him, it might get eaten up. But you have to throw everything at him. Even if there's only a slim chance of winning. Hesitate for 1 second, and you're a goner.
We won't let Shulk die. Not ever!
Fiora, are you okay to be walking around?
Yep. I have to hand it to her. That Lenarda's pretty good. And not just with machines. She's also quite familiar with organic physiology.
You went to get the things you needed to cure me, right? I'm sorry I caused all this hassle. But I'm fine now. I'll be by your side, fighting to protect you. No matter where we go, no matter how difficult it gets, Shulk will do the right thing. It doesn't matter how slim our chances. Shulk will always stick to the right path.
And don't forget, it's because of Shulk that we are all here, fighting together. I think that shows he has a strong character. Am I wrong, Dixon?
Well, when I think about everything you lot have done, I can't deny that.
Dixon, we're going to the Mechonis capital. About the Allied force.
Yeah, leave it to me. I ain't gonna let anything happen to the colony. Those Mechon won't get away with anything else.
Are you going?
Yes. Thank you for all your help.
You might run into someone called Vinaya in the capital. Just mention my name, she'll lend a hand.
Vinaya?
Is she a Machina as well?
She's my daughter. She won't be far from Egil.
Hold on. You mean she's Egil's sister?
You've got it, lad.
And you say she'll help us?
The girl doesn't want to hurt Egil, but she doesn't like what he's doing. She should be a big help to you young'uns.
I don't know why she'd help us, but we'll try and find her when we get there.
Good luck.
Fiora, don't forget. I've only made temporary repairs. I think you should be able to fight, but don't overdo it. Come and see me the moment you experience any further system failure.
I will. Thank you.
In the meantime, I'm hoping I'll find a way to restore your former body.
Is that possible?
Theoretically, it might be possible to use your genetic information to regenerate your missing organs. Sorry, it's unfair for me to give you hope. To be honest, there's very little chance. But if there's even the slightest possibility, I'll have to try.
Thank you, Leonarda.
Fiora.
Don't make that face. Okay, let's go.
Off you go, kid. I'm counting on you and the Monado. Don't let me down, Shulk.
Why did that face betray me? And that light? No, that is not possible. It must have been remnants of memories from her former life that made me lose control. Memories. They are what limited the potential of Metalface as well. I now know that I must erase every last trace of what they once were. All my servants need is the instinct to fight. This Hom's female. She was with the boy who wields the Monado. A light of her memory. It shines strongly in this one. Bring me face 20814. So it is this male. The boy Shulk remains a thorn in my side. I will enjoy watching my minion crush him. Be still, my servant. I see that your memories cause you much suffering.
Shulk, take this.
What is it?
There's a path leading from the base of Digit 2 to the foot of the Mechonis. This is the security key to the door that seals the path. We who live in the village don't have any need for it, but it will be invaluable to you.
We're in your debt, Linada.
Shulk, Fiora, take care on your journey.
We will.
Linada, thank you for everything.
So with our newfound mission, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm definitely feeling a girls team only right now. So let's just, oh, it is about time. Oh, we got all the girls back in town. And we get a bulkhead key. Okay, Xenoblade Chronicles, I'm giving you, this is your last chance. You better wow me with a really cool item description or I swear to God, why don't I even bother? Anyway, okay. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to start going over. So let's hop right in. So first off, I'm so happy to see Dixon and Shulk together again. Because I know I keep making jokes and stuff that Dumban is best dad, and he is, don't get me wrong, but truly the father figure in Shulk's life is Dixon, like without a doubt. And he's been really absent from the adventure for the most part, but the few times that he has kind of popped up, man, it's always so heartwarming, at least for me to see. Like he's always there to kind of console Shulk in his own Dixon brand way, and to kind of confirm that what Shulk's doing is right, that he's on the right track, if you will. I can't imagine how hard it has to be for Shulk, who has literally spent this entire game, obviously after the Colony 9 invasion, in pursuit of getting revenge for Fiora's supposed death. Like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. We'll bring the boy in. Now that that's been fulfilled, like, I can only imagine how empty it must be to have lost this huge driving factor, the biggest reason for going on this adventure in the first place. It's also great to see Dixon actually being a person in an RPG using common sense. What? They fell from this really high up place. Oh hey, it happens to be centered directly above the fallen arm that we've known about forever. Maybe they fell onto that said fallen arm that is directly below them. Like, I'm wondering why more people didn't realize that Shulk and Co would be down here. But you see, this is kind of Antle territory, but we also have a powerful Eligos, and I am not about that life, at least right now. We could technically maybe fight him using Demon Slayer and luring a one of the normal leveled enemies to force a topple lock, but we ain't about that life right now. So my goal for today, we have a lot of stuff to go over, and there's a lot to see and do here on Fallen Arm before we get to the next story beat. So I want to go around and just find all the landmarks and locations that we can have access to right now. Starting with probably one of the biggest ones, Black Wreckage. Now, I think a lot of people know this at this point, but in the Japanese version of the game, Metalface was called Blackface. And you can probably understand why that was localized to be changed to Metalface, which I think is also just a better name in general. It's just so cool. But yeah, this is Mumkar's Remains. Again, man. A Dumban Melia, heart to heart, extremely fitting. And kind of chilling that this guy, that, again, going back to the whole main driving factor behind our adventure in the first place, he kicked it off. He is the, I mean, Egil's the reason for the invasion, but Metalface is definitely the instigator. And I don't know, just to see him sprawled out and mangled like that, it's chilling. Just nothing short of just, oh, gets me, man. But I guess, speaking of, going back to the whole Dixon thing, and speaking of father figures, let's go ahead and let's talk about Mikol. The line where Dunban asks if anyone ever tried stopping Egil, and then Mikol just replies with, "We tried once. A bunch of people died." Like, talk about saying so much with so little. Like, that line, just to me at least, is just, oh, it's so chilling. And it's really dark to think about a dad wanting his son killed, but at the same time, I feel like that line alone kind of reinforces maybe a huge driving reason behind why that is. Like, I feel like that completely encapsulates just the degree of depravity and just cruelness that Egil's kind of degraded into. Oh, hold on, give me one sec. Give me one sec. Okay. You know what? That took me a little long to do, so I think I'm gonna go. Hey, she's still in the party, okay? We're still giving her screen time. I just don't want to take 40 years to fight enemies, because speaking of which, we are probably gonna have to fight this boy right up here. I've always wondered why exactly Mikol is kind of stuck in that weird levitating chair thing, and I think it could be pretty safe to assume that probably it's partially due to him being a little overweight. But I kind of wonder if maybe the reason that he became overweight in the first place was because of his line that Egil killed a lot of people. Like, maybe Egil also tried killing him, along with like all the other uprisers, and just only managed to cripple Mikol, and that kind of relegated him to the chair, which over time made him overweight, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm gonna grab these item orbs, and then I'm gonna go back to the entrance of this digit. So just some food for thought. It's totally possible that maybe Mikol just has a really bad robot metabolism, which begs the question, probably even more importantly, how does robot metabolism work? Question mark, question mark, question mark. But, you know, either way, I feel like the attack Egil had against the uprisers was partially due to that. Now, I have a very big question to Xenoblade Chronicles, and there's something that I want to show to kind of bring up this question, so give me one sec. Okay, so if you swim far enough in any direction on Fallen Arm, we got some like purple water. Maybe it's like oil water or something. I hit my mic, forgive me, Pop, for I've sinned. I don't know exactly what it is, but you'll notice that like if we kind of just zoom all around Fallen Arm, this stuff just entirely encompasses the area for like a really wide degree. Again, we're zoomed out pretty far, so it goes out a lot further than I think would like initially appear. And again, cannot emphasize enough that this stuff goes like the entire length, except for when it ends a little bit later. But if everyone fell from Galahad Fortress, how did they manage to swim through all that muck when it's doing about as much damage as swimming through like ether would? And also, what is actually causing that damage? Many questions. Mechanics put in just to not have you break the game aside. The last thing that I want to talk about with Mikol is just his design overall. Again, I kind of touched on this last episode, but I just love it to death. Like, his design reminds me so much of Crew from Jak 2. Like, super, super overweight in this, like, hovering sort of wheelchair-esque thing where he doesn't really have to move or exert any kind of physical effort into moving around. But I love that. And they both even have like pretty thick accents, but I do love that they couldn't be further from the opposite of each other. Like, he definitely, Mikol at least, definitely gives off this sort of like crime lore, very sleazy character design. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that is just due to me having insecure things about overweight people, in which case, absolutely forgive me, Pop, for that is a huge sin. But I love that that could be further from the truth. He is just such a warm, understanding, patient character, and he's just, oh, he's so great. And I really like the circle triangle symbol things that he has on his cheeks too. You'll notice that that's a pretty commonly recurring symbol throughout Xenoblade. You know, it's the chain attack symbol is that. We can find it on stuff like Shulk's clothes, on the back of Alvis, on Fior's chest. It's everywhere. So, I don't know. Mikol, as a character, he's really cool, design-wise, and just story implications. One of those characters that really makes you think. Ow. Man, we could have been so much closer. Love playing that wild chicken, man. Love playing that wild chicken. Either way, though, Digit 2 Plane, pretty important location. We actually have a couple NPCs that weren't at the Hidden Machina village. First up, Zarquart. Yes. Really nice view, dude. Wonder how she's doing. I would have stopped her if I knew I'd end up feeling this lonely. Aw, poor guy. I'm getting a horrible feeling. It's like I'm never gonna meet her ever again. That's impossible. I'm just being paranoid. Well, don't know exactly who he's talking to, but maybe we'll find them over the course of our adventure. Theo, what is going on, my fellow Hom? Well, not in this case. You'd have to be a fellow Hyente because we're playing as Melly, but you guys get the point. Really? The other one used to be Big Shot Soldier. So, talking about, Theo, I don't think anyone clued you in. They're actually both the same person, both Natalia, who's bringing you food, and also the Big Shot Soldier, Carlos? What was his name? I can't remember his name. They're actually the same person, though. He's never much good at anything, you see. He's lucky enough to survive, but he might not have made it. Very interesting. Who exactly he could be referring to? We might go over that in due time as well. But yeah, both these characters kind of laying the groundworks to be thinking about other NPCs that we may or may not have already stumbled across throughout the course of our adventure. But either way, we got a big climb ahead of us, so I'm just going to cut. Digit 2's plane is going to be a pretty important location because it not only serves as the hub to basically access the next story objective, if we go down that path actually, but there's also a little climbable wall boy here who's just exuding the air of, hello, yes, hi, I am also a boy, please give me your time, to which I reply, of course, my dear sweet son, here's 40 hours of it, because oh my god, do we have quite the climb in store for us, but it's gonna be worth it, I guarantee it. So, as we're making our way up, I want to give a huge shout out real quick. I know I think I drew proper attention to Mumkar's whole "that ain't got nothing to do with it" line with the hand, and we already know the brilliance of it. It's all good. I am ashamed that I didn't already bring up the perfection that is Dunban's "how could that be" line. It just seems so shoehorned and so out of place. Like they clearly recorded that either way in advance or way like after the other lines were recorded. And it's just the way the delivery combined with Dunban's just deadpan expression. It's just, oh, it's so good. Oh, it is so good. But now that we've addressed all the best ads, both Dixon with Shulk, and then also Egil with, or no, not Egil. Egil not best ad. Mikkel with Egil and just everyone else in general. I want to talk just in broader scopes more Xenoblade's narrative and where we're at so far. Also, man, we are already making some progress. Just look at that view, man. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, Fate versus Destiny, and I'm not talking just about the critically acclaimed PS4 and Xbox 360 game, because those were the only ones that was released on for sure. Fate vs. Destiny is like a pretty big theme in Xenoblade, and we've already seen a bunch of it. Really, the biggest driving force in this game is the question of how in control are we? Can we really seize up to, or can we really rise up to seize our destiny? Is the tagline I should probably be using. And so far, I feel like the answer isn't clear. Because for as many people that Shulk's been able to save, like Ryan, Juju, Charla, Otharon, he fails to save just as many. Fiora twice, both obviously with the Calling 9 evasion, and then when she tries to rush Egil to, I mean, she wasn't technically lost, but she did a thing that seemed bad that he was trying to warn against but wasn't able to prevent, is kind of the direction I'm going with this. The Emperor is a big one. Mumkar, when he was obviously trying to do his last hurrah, which went horribly for him, as we just saw with that landmark. How in control is Shulk? All the events that were foretold during the game's very first vision have all come true. At least to this point, right? We have lost Fiora. We have gone to Prison Island. We've lost the Emperor. We've unlocked the Minato 2. We faced off and defeated Mumkar. Everything that's been foretold, at least on a grand scale, has come exactly as we've seen it from the very beginning of the game. Like, there's been stuff that has obviously changed, both from gameplay perspective, you know, all the unique monsters that we fought and prevent all those big attacks, down to, you know, the story stuff. Again, like the people that we've saved. Those are things that we've been in control of, but in the grand scale of those things, the biggest thing I want to ask you is, do any of those things really matter? I mean, they obviously matter from like a moral standpoint, like we've saved people, but in terms of where this story is heading and how in control Shulk is, do they matter? And I'm gonna leave it on that note. Overall, we're heading to a really interesting direction with the game, and I'm really excited to see how it evolves from there. We're getting really close to where I want to be, and oh my god, I gotta say, I feel like if I was walking this walkway, I actually wouldn't be too terrified, because I'm not afraid of heights, I'm just afraid of falling. So this walkway is wide enough, and it does have like guards on either side, so I wouldn't be super terrified. But if this path was like half the length, or half the width I should say, I'd probably be like scared out of my mind. But with that distant fingertip, and we got 304 SP from that. Oh, dang it. I forgot to switch Ryan over. I just wasted like 200 SP from Ryan. He was only like 100 away from his last skill. Ah, dang it. Okay, well. That's okay, whatever. We're not super efficient, but it's all good. Up here on Distant Fingertip, we have Wicked Sallows, level 95 Pterodactyl. Oh, Lord, sweet McLorderson. I also have a Heart-to-Heart, Shulk and Ricky, max affinity, but I'm stepping on your ring like it ain't no thing. Thank God he's a vision type monster, not a wingtip feel monster. I wish that was the type. But, we are up high on this impossibly high vista. We're playing as Best Girl. Forgive me, there's only one thing I must do! You know it was coming. You know there was a reason we were playing as Melia. Say it with me. I can't believe Melia is alive?
How can that be?
Real quick, like, on our way to Distant Fingertip, I actually kind of forgot about 2 locations, so, whoopsie, my bad. If we start from Digit 5 Beach, we haven't actually gotten to Digit 5 yet, so if we cross over, bada boom, bada bing, Digit 5. So I really like that it's kind of submerged. Not kind of submerged. Sorry, no, it's a little more than just kind of wet, my guy. What am I even doing? But yeah. Actually, why is all this, does all the sand look like that? Did I mess? No, hold up. No, that looks like HD sand. Why didn't that texture load? Huh. Why is my sand tapioca? Ah, okay. I was gonna cut, and then I got scared again by, by a rainbow slug. We need 2 of these. These are like the rare resource of Fallen Arm, so cool. At least we're partially there. We just need 2 more. 1 for the Collectopedia and 1 for Colony 6. By the way, I just spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what was going on because I was hearing this massively loud thumping noise. Had no idea that it was just the Ponyo of this place making that noise, which by the way, we do need to defeat Ponyo to get materials from them too. I'm not doing that because I'll probably just do that off screen, but I think it's worth noting. But either way, when we start from Giant Mechon Debris, if we go to the if we go east from Radiocarpa, we can go to the coast of it. So just kind of want to show that off. Yeah, why they're so loud? Down that Meekhold diet. With all that shown off, there's just one last landmark on our checklist of things to see, and it's the one that happens to lead directly to Mechonis, so pretty fitting. Again, my overall thoughts on Fallen Arm, it's a really cool area. It can be kind of a pain in the butt to navigate, but honestly, once you do this, once you get all the landmarks, once you get a feel for just how to navigate from point A to point B, it's just a really, really neat area. And this just whole segment of the game, one of my favorite just overall sequences of emotional moments in Xenoblade. So I'm so happy I got to experience this with you guys. But with that, rotating bulkhead. This is the gate that Lunata gave us the key for. If we had come here before that, we wouldn't have had access to that. Thing is though, this path does very conveniently lead to Mechonis. Thank God we actually have a way off Fallen Arm, but I don't want to immediately do that. The thing is, we have Fiora back, and there's so much that she hasn't seen that we have. We've seen so many amazing places and met so many interesting people, and I think it's only fair that before we set off on the second half of this grand adventure, we catch Fiora up on everything that she's missed out on. Hold on, let me get the camera right. Because anyway, that's gonna be it for the day. Thank you all so much for watching me play. Next episode, we begin the next side quest block and go on a tour of Bionis. See you guys then.
How can that be?